since we are traveling and we have like 5 hours to go, I thought I would post a video doing a Q&A with Ryan. If you guys know or don't know, Ryan is my coach. So I'm just going to ask him some generic questions about competing and off-season and get his opinion on it, and then I'll share some of my opinion if I have one. So, question 1. What is the key to having a successful off-season?
One word: consistency. Consistency in training, food, sleep, cardio, supplements. Just like you were doing, just like you were in contest mode, prep mode, whatever the social media word is to use. Because that is where you make improvements. I don't know why we're a lot is normal life for 8 months, and then, okay, now I'm going to do a show. So I'm going to lock down for 4 months, see what I get. And then you wonder why you don't improve. Got to be consistent in the off season. Treat your off season like contest prep. You just don't have as much to do per se. You know, contest prep, you're looking at tanning, and not that you don't need to be posing in the off season, but maybe you don't need to have to do as much. Not as much cardio, right? So all these things free up sleep and time and etc. So consistency.
So I 100% agree with that. And I think what you have to keep in mind is that if you're trying to make major improvements, you're most likely going to have a longer off season. So your off season isn't going to be like 12 weeks like a contest prep or 16 weeks. So you have to remember that there's a longer time frame for stuff to go wrong, and the more consistent you can be through the stuff going wrong, the better your contest prep is going to be. Now, that doesn't mean, like, for instance, I'll take myself for an example. We're traveling today. I'm not sticking to my meal plan 100%. I brought what would be easy and convenient for me right now. Now, if I was doing a contest prep, don't get me wrong, I'd be packing all of my meals and all of my food would be coming with me, and I'd most likely be going grocery shopping when I got there. But for the time being, I'm doing as best I can to stay on track as much as possible for the short amount of time that we're going to be gone, which is like 3 days. So consistency is going to be your number one key in making progress in the off season and contest prep. All right, question number 2. What type of meal plan do you believe is best for an off season?
A set meal plan, meaning you gotta know calories, macros. If you're trying to gain muscle, you know, you need to make
on a set meal plan right now. And I do have one cheat meal a week, but you guys know, he mentioned Oreos. I love Oreos. I have an Oreo every night. And that is just a thing for me in the off season. It is a thing for me mentally. It also helps curb any kind of like sweet cravings that I have. But for example, again, we are traveling today, and I am just eating foods that are convenient. So, I've got protein bars. I've got protein powder. I have my proteins with me. I have steak and turkey. His mom is picking up a few little grocery things for us as well. But we just stopped at Petro's gas station or not gas station. God, what was that place? Truck stop.
Yeah, truck stop.
And it had a ton of stuff. So we got some chocolates, and I had some fruit that was there.
Speed
So
check reported ahead on I-65 South.
sorry, I got maps on.
Chocolate potato chip bite.
Yeah,
That wasn't on the plan.
yeah. But look, we're also living life, okay? And it's not every day we have chocolate covered potato chips, right? So, you know, we allow for some flexibility here and there when it's needed. And, you know, the same goes for clients. Like if I had a client that was traveling and, you know, or actually I'll use this as an example. I had a client that went on a girls trip and she was gone for 4 days. And this was not on her plan, but she took some protein powder. She took some dried fruit. She took some protein bars and some tuna packets, right? And she just tried to stay on track as best she could. And whenever they went out to eat, I told her if there was something she really wanted to have it. Otherwise, stay on track. She also wanted to have some alcoholic beverages. So I told her max 2 alcoholic beverages a day because she drinks gin and tonics. So, you know, in an off season or a lifestyle plan, there's room for a little bit more flexibility than contest prep. All right, next question is going to be training in the off season. Now, here's the thing. Training is very dependent on the person and what their goals are, or if it's a high level athlete, what their judges' feedback are. So that's going to be a hard question to answer considering everyone's going to be a little bit different. So right now I'm on a 4-day split. I know Ryan would probably prefer me to be on a 5-day split, but right now a 4-day just works better with my life and with us traveling and when the holidays coming up.
Who's coaching?
We have talked about this, have we not? You and I talked about this.
I'm just saying, who's coaching?
We talked about this. Okay, so come January, I am going to be moving to a 5-day split because I'm not going to be traveling as much. We're not going to have shows we're going to every other weekend, and I won't be traveling for the holidays. So, however, I will say this. He's looked at my training split and has approved it. So, what are your thoughts on cardio in the off season then?
I have always done cardio year round. I believe just health, heart benefits, metabolism, bloating, water, circulation. I just think it has too many benefits to leave out. Cardio wise. Training wise, generally most of my clients are 1 to 2 body parts a day. If it's 2 body parts, then it's a large and a small, you know, kind of like your back and biceps, shoulder, triceps. But 1 to 2 body parts a day, 4 to 6 days a week, 2 sets, 2 warm-up sets, 2 sets to failure. And then, you know, you have your intensifiers that it just depends, superset to drop set, but generally body parts a day. Probably four sets per exercise, but first 2 warm up, last 2 to failure. That's probably the general.
And that's pretty much what I do. If I've got 4 sets going on in an exercise, they're more so at the beginning of my workout. And then as my workout progresses, my other exercises shorten down to 3, where I'd kind of do 1 light load and the other 2, I kind of push it a little bit heavier. And then by my last set, if I'm not at failure, I'm close to failure. I'm also on the same page with him with cardio. Now, I'll be honest with you, up until last year, I was really bad about not doing cardio in my off season. And I did cardio last year for the first time consistently in my off season, and I really think it helped my physique so much. I don't think that I held on to as much body fat, or either I didn't bloat as much, just like he said. So I am still very consistent with my cardio, doing cardio 4 days a week, 20 minutes right now. And obviously going into a contest prep, that would change, but not just, for off-season purposes, but overall general health purposes as well. All right, last question. What are your thoughts on rest and recovery in the off season?
Sleep, for the number 1, sleep. Majority 6 to 8 hours. Some may need more, may need 8 plus a nap. Some may need less. Like there are freaks out there. I have got a pro, Robert Lawrence, classic physique. He can go 2 days without sleep and still make gains. Kids, don't try that at home, but they are out there. I also believe that sometimes that some people can just adjust. Your body will adjust. Maybe you got 8 in the past and now you're only getting 6, but after 6 months, you're waking up without an alarm. Well, other recuperation, massages, and I have started doing that probably the last couple of years. Cryotherapy, I'm interested in. The ice baths, I'm not a fan of. Not that they don't work, not that there's a value. I don't know, not a fan of it. Personally, yes.
Yeah, I'm not either. Don't ask me to do an ice bath. I don't want to get in some ice.
Stress, that's another thing, that can eat you alive. It can eat calories. You'd be amazed at how many calories the body burns, or should I say the brain burns. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm trying to get past some people. Yeah, Ryan, let's go to that. Ryan, for instance, he will lose 10 pounds because he's traveling and stressing. Me, on the other hand, I won't lose weight traveling and stressing, right? I may even gain a pound or 2, which has happened before, 2 years ago. And then when we went to Romania, I was able to stay on track and I did pretty well. He, on the other hand, lost 10 pounds. So, stress, I think, does play a big factor on
recuperation.
In recuperation and how it affects your body.
So sleep and stress. And here's the thing: some people can train 7 days in a row, train 10 days in a row, 14 days in a row, and recover just fine. They're out there. It's like I said at the beginning. Your body get used to the stimulant.
I used to be one of those people. I could train 6 days in a row, take 1 day off, and be fine and ready to go come Monday again. Now, as I've gotten older, I have found that I cannot do that. I train 6 days in in a row and I am wiped out. I'm going to need 3 days of recovery. Which is why I prefer a 4 to 5 day split now instead of a full-on 6 day split.
I love 6 days. I like the gym.
Yeah. But you train less body parts than I do also.
Yes.
So
I'm notorious for training one body part a day.
yeah.
I know, bro science me. I know. But
Everything,
I like it.
Things work different for people. Ryan may hit back one day, but I'm hitting back and glutes, right? So he may hit chest one day, but I'm hitting shoulders and glutes. Like, you know, I train multiple body parts, whereas if he trains 6 days a week, he's training one body part a day. So recovery is a little bit different in that aspect. So yeah, that is the Q&A with my coach, my hubby. If you guys have any questions, ask him in the comment. You can also message me on Instagram. I'll be happy to answer questions there too. This is what we do. We love it. I will put his...
Check reported ahead on
Dang
I-65
it.
South.
I'll put his Instagram in the description box below if you would like to follow him. So mine will be in there as well.